President Trump is in office about 100 days. What kind of report card do you give him?
Semi-failing. I think it's been very disappointing. He hasn't gotten much done on the legislative point of view, and tax reform is going to be even harder than healthcare. So now they came out the year, instead of tax reform and revenue neutral, to do a tax cut is going to be essentially for the very wealthy, that blows a deficit of several $1 trillion over the next decade. That's not going to pass either. There are enough Republicans against it, and there'll be market discipline. If they blow the deficit and the debt, eventually interest rates are going to be higher, the dollar is going to be stronger, that's going to crowd out the recovery, and it's going to hurt the white, blue-collar manufacturing workers who voted for Trump if the dollar becomes stronger. You cannot have a free lunch. The same traditional Republican trickle-down supply side. If you give money to the rich, then you're going to invest more, hire more, and eventually it's going to trickle down to the poor. Didn't work with Ronald Reagan, Wood economics, didn't work under George W. Bush. They're just doing the same thing because they're representing the wealthy. He pretended to be elected and to be caring about white blue collars. He doesn't care about them. It's totally hypocritical.
The flip side of that is Obama, you could argue, pursued a much different policy agenda, but income inequality grew under his administration as well, right?
Well, initially it fell because of the global financial crisis. Then it grew, but at least it created jobs, it created real income. There were 200,000 jobs created per month for the last few years. Unemployment rate fell from 10% to 4.7%. Real income and real wages started to grow in the last couple of years. Yeah, the wealthy did better than those who were less wealthy, but at least there was a growth of the economy, of jobs, of income, and of the economic opportunity of workers. At that stage, given how much wealth has been already redistributed to the wealthy, how much the economic policy have benefited the wealthy, how much there is income and wealth inequality, how much the share of profit has risen, there is no reason to have tax policy that give them even more. There is absolutely no reason. Not only is it not going to be good for growth, it's going to be negative, because we need to give tax relief to the workers and the middle class. They're going to spend it. You give it to the corporates, you give it to the rich, they're going to save it, and the savings glut is going to get worse, the underconsumption is going to get worse, and the economy is going to weaken, and it's going to grow less rather than more.